Hello, my name is Jim Butterfield, and I'd like to tell you about the Commodore 64. It's a pretty good computer. It has a lot of features. Very good color, sound, picture, graphics, an excellent keyboard, a huge amount of memory, and the price is certainly right. Let's take a look inside the box and see what we have in here. First thing you'll see when you open the box is the Commodore 64 itself. That's the whole computer. It looks just like a typewriter keyboard, but it's everything. All we need to do is to connect it up. Let's see what else we have in the box waiting for us. Place we hook it up. On the back, TV sets plug into this connector here called the RF connector, and this is what goes to the TV set itself. But first, the antenna switch box. This is not a television set. This is called a monitor. It isn't designed to watch television. Instead, it gets a signal directly from, on the different connector, directly from the Commodore 64, and it plugs into the video connector on the front to give you a much better quality picture. Let's talk about some of the other things that we connect to a Commodore 64 computer. This is called a data set, and what it contains when we open it up is a conventional cassette tape, very much like the tapes that you'd use for example, recording music. They're identical tapes, but the information on them is not music, it's programs, or it's computer data. This is one of the ways of storing programs and data. A different way is to use what's called a floppy disk drive, which is this device over here. This one holds its information, once again magnetically, but on a device which is called a floppy disk. You can hold a great deal of information on a floppy disk, and you can recall it very, very quickly if you want to, but it's your choice, and in fact you can have both. And now we can see this is the entire computer on one board. Let me show you the parts. Here we have the 6510 microprocessor. That's the part that adds and subtracts and makes decisions. It's a control center of the computer. It's the heart of everything. Over here, these chips are called Rom Chips. That's where fixed memory is kept, the memory that gives a computer the style, that makes it behave in the way that it does. The big chips over here are input-output chips. They're often called interface-adapted chips. Along the bottom here, these little chips along here are your memory. Remember, we have 64K of RAM in a Commodore 64. We have two chips here which are interesting. This one is called a PLA, and without getting too technical about it, it's the traffic director for the entire computer. Coming over here, this is the sound interface device chip. This is the one that makes the music. And finally, inside this can, we have our video circuitry. There's a couple of things on the screen when you first turn on your Commodore 64. Commodore 64 Basic V2, 64K RAM system, 38,911 basic bytes free. Don't let the technical stuff frighten you. It's only there to make everything work. Programming can be most of the fun. Why else would somebody stay up until 3 o'clock in the morning cursing and then claim the next day that they had a wonderful time? I hope you've enjoyed the little time that we spent together. Stay with it. You're only really beginning to appreciate the things that you can do.